Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to perform our experiment number 2, that is how to test a diode and a transistor using multimeter. So before this, we should first learn something about diode and transistor so that we can learn that how we can, using the multimeter, which property is used to check whether a diode or a transistor is working or not. So basically, when we talk about a diode, it is a two-terminal device having a high resistance at one side and low resistance on the other side. So if we just come on to the symbol of the diode, this is the symbol of the diode where this arrow portion indicates the positive part and this indicates the negative part. The same thing is replicated on a practical diode like this band on the diode. This band indicates the negative, that is the cathode. So now you have to only keep in mind one thing, that anode is positive and cathode is negative. So when your this anode is connected with positive terminal of the battery and this one with negative, then this is called a forward biased. And if it is connected with negative, this anode is connected with negative terminal and this one with positive, then it is called the reverse biased diode. So here you just can see that when this terminal of the battery is called as positive, this one, and this one is negative, when this is the case, then our this diode acts as in forward bias, while when the opposite connections are there, then we say that it is in reverse bias. So when it is in reverse bias, the resistance is very high and your this diode acts as a open switch. While when we talk about your forward biased mode, then your this diode acts as a short circuit. So it easily lets the current pass in one direction. And this is the reason, because a diode only lets the current to flow in one direction. It is called your unidirectional, right? So now we come on to, so now there are many types of diodes and these are their corresponding symbols. But now today we are going to test our PN junction diode. So there are different, the working is same as I just told you about the forward bias and the reverse bias diodes. And this is how we are going to test this diode. For in the forward bias, you have to connect the positive with the positive. But for that reverse bias, you have to connect the positive with the negative. So now we come on to one main thing that you must remember is that there are two modes when we test a diode using your digital multimeter. One is the diode test mode. There is a switch provided on the diode on the multimeter with diode symbol on it. So that is when you keep the switch on that mode, you call it your diode test mode. Otherwise, you can keep it in the minimal resistance mode. The minimum value of the resistance that is given on the multimeter, you should keep your that switch on the resistance mode. So we are going to test it both ways. Here you can see this is this digital multimeter and this symbol is of the diode. So you, when you are testing a diode, you should keep it in your this switch, right? So whenever you have to check your diode, silicon diode provides you the voltage of 0.5 to 0.8 volts, while germanium diode provides you a voltage between 0.2 to 0.3. So main thing is you have to, when we go for the diode test mode, you have to keep your diode in that switch and then you have to go for it. When it is in forward bias position and you keep it in the voltage mode, you always get the voltage between 0.5 to 0.8 volts. If the diode is good, you are going to see that when it is reverse biased, you are going to see OL on it. But when we are going to perform it right now with Tinkercad, you are going to see, because it is an open switch. So whatever voltage we are going to provide to that open circuit, you are going to get it as such on your multimeter. So here we are going to get the same voltage that we are applying to it. So we will be getting here 3 volts, as we are going to see soon. And here, when it is forward bias, when the diode is a good one, it is not damaged. So we are going to see that the voltage will be between 0.5 to 0.8. So the next is the analysis, that is when diode is bad, that is it is damaged diode. So when you are going to attach it like this in the forward bias position, you are going to see OL, while when you are going to, it is shorted or this, you are going to check that there is a beep, because that beep indicates that there is a short in the circuit. So the resistance mode procedure is the same. That is, you have to go for the resistance mode, and then you have to test for the resistance that is there across the two pins of the this. So let's go on to our Tinkercad and start performing the experiment. So now we have simulated a short circuit of this diode with a battery of 3 volts and the multimeter using Tinkercad. This is a freely available software on which we can put different components and testers. This is the breadboard. And if you can see, when I'm putting my pointer like this, all these points are shown are connected. So that means this whole row 1 is connected amongst one another. If we are going to give anything here and we are giving next thing here, so that means these both are connected. We need not give wiring to connect the diode with the multimeter and all. We only need to put the things that we want to connect to our this terminal on this 6 number pin, right? So now what I have done is, my this diode, you can see this is negative. As I told you earlier also, this line shows the negative part of the diode. So this cathode has been connected to the negative only, and this positive anode is connected to the positive part only. So that means my this diode is in the forward bias, while what I have done here is I have just reversed the connections of my this diode. Here you can see this negative is connected to positive and this positive is connected to the negative. So that means this is reverse bias. So if this is my forward bias, it acts as a short circuit. And so let's check out what will be the voltage across this. While this, as it is acting as an open switch, it will be giving me the 3 volts as such. So here you go. So after simulating it, you can see that I am getting here 0.675 volts or 675 millivolts here. And here I am getting 3 volts. So that means my this diode is in working condition. It is a good diode, right? So now I am going to go with the testing of the transistor. So before that, let's first see that what it is going to indicate when I'm going to switching this in my resistance mode. So here you go with the resistance mode, and here I am again going to start the simulation. You can see here that here it is 0, while here when I am going to, because while you are checking the value of your resistance, you don't require any voltage to be given across your this diode. So now I am going to start it again. And here you can see that while it is giving me 0, because this, here you can see this negative is connected to negative, while here the negative is connected to the positive, while this is giving me mega ohms. So that means my this is correct when we are going for the resistive mode or we are going for the diode mode. My this diode is working properly. So now we are going to go for the transistor testing. So you all know that transistor is just like two PN diodes connected back to back. So it has got 3 terminals: emitter, base, and collector. It is 3 pin, and I have just told you that it is like 2 PN diodes connected back to back. So that means when I am taking only 2 terminals, it is my diode only. It is just acting like a diode. So when you are getting such small voltage with that pin, so the center pin indicates that the common pin between these two is the center one only. So that indicates that it is a base pin. So now you have to go for the emitter or collector. Which one is emitter, which one is collector? Just check out the difference of the voltage between the two. You all know, because emitter has to emit the electrons, So it is always highly doped, and so the voltage is more here. So here you are understanding it. So let's go for your Tinkercad to perform these experiments. So now we come on to the Tinkercad working of this experiment. So I have got an NPN transistor here, and here I have connected our 3 volts to the first 2 terminals. That is, I don't know whichever is emitter, what is base. I have just, for the first 2 pins, I have connected the battery like this, and I have given the multimeter connection. So just see what happens here. So here you can see that it is 821 millivolts. So that means it is in the working state. Now let's change this connection to this third pin. From first pin, I will be moving this pin to the third one, and similarly the connection of the battery from this to this. And now let's check out the value. You must remember what was the voltage that was generated right now. It was 821. So now just see it is 824. So that indicates this third pin is the emitter. Here you can see also. You can find out from the multimeter as well as from the Tinkercad, and this was your collector. Always the voltage of the emitter will be higher than that of the collector. So now we are going to just change this connection, this one. Let's first stop the simulation and just replace this thing with the PNP transistor. So now I have to change the value here, right? Now because the connections are to be changed, so let's change the connections. So now I have just replaced my NPN with the PNP, and I have just reversed the connections because now this is my PNP transistor. So I have just connected this positive terminal to the first one, and the center terminal should be connected to the negative of the battery, and similarly for the multimeter. So let's start the simulation and find out what's the value. So it is coming out to be 828 millivolts, that is 0.828. So now I have to reverse the connections to know which one is emitter and which one is base. So I have to only pick this wire from here, from the first one. You have to only pick this wire from here and move it to the third pin. Similarly, you have to pick this wire of the battery from here and give it to the third pin, and then you have to check what is the value. So the previous one was 828 and this is 826. So I know you know the answer better, that which one is emitter and which one is the collector. So the answer is this third pin is the collector, and you can see like this also, and this one is the emitter. So this indicates that how you need to find out the terminals of your transistor. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching.